up looking all crazy. I just took this nap without a bonnet, but it's alright. Because it don't matter if not if y'all want to come in and listen to me rant real quick, y'all can. Um, let me start with this, right? The weather has been very interesting. You know, sometimes when people talk about the weather, they be like, usually people they're in conversation because like the atmosphere, the environment is uncomfortable for them. They don't know what to talk about, so they bring up the weather. I'm talking about the weather because, you know, I might be in a different region from a lot of people that's on this platform. Where I've been residing, I can't speak for y'all, but where I've been residing, the weather has been so weird. Like, usually when the previous month arrives, the weather gets warm, gets better. You know, you start anticipating for the summertime. The previous month was cold, a rain, which you would think would be in the month of April, right? Because there's this April showers bring, you know, flowers, right? The fact that it was raining that whole month of May, yo, and it was, you know, rain brings blessings. Rain also washes away sin. So we've been told. You can hide it. You know what I'm saying? So it's something about like while God is preparing you for a blessing. God preparing me for a blessing, obviously. But you know, I keep talking about this energy since previous month that like somebody's been trying to manipulate the energy. Like your energy, the people around you, whatever. Why did I bring up the weather? Because today, you know, although it's June, we're going towards like what the second week of June and stuff, right? In the second week of June. It literally just started getting warm today. And what's also ironic is one of the hottest days that is going to start and within the next hour is tomorrow. Even in this June, it was cold in the region where I live, and that is abnormal. There's a lot of abnormal things going on. I can't even discuss, you know, at the moment because, you know, whatever. But I'm just seeing a lot of weird stuff going on. I'm just seeing somebody trying to manipulate the energy, including my own. Fine. Funny because you can manipulate the energy, manipulate the circumstance of a person if they're unaware. If they're not unaware, you're literally doing that for no reason. And possibly, you know, there's something about self harm. Like, I don't know, not in regards to me, but like these people that keep trying to play your energy on is so unfair. And God is going to have to make an example of them. A really, really bad example of them. Because the reason why I brought about this because today, you know, after it's been so cold, and you know, coldness is like regards to, you know, some sort of abuse. Let's start there. So I noticed that like the whole previous so cold, I'm just like there's some abusive cycle that needs to be closed. Somebody is like, it's so interesting. Somebody could be going through abuse. Somebody could um be used as an example for tactics. Like this is the platform, the spectrum I have. I wrote my books, Dr. Justice. Oops, excuse me. Spoiler alert. No shade, no pun intended. But I have a book called Dr. Justice on Barnes and Noble. If anybody ever, you know, it's so interesting because, like, you know, the enemy or people use invest on the enemy, they'll try to do things, say things to discredit you in a sense of like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna find like even this like even the tarot community. It's not everyone, but like or intuitive community or spiritual community. It like spiritual community in general. There'll be certain people who's not even qualified to be doing what they're doing. But the first thing instead of helping people, the first thing they want to do is the actual people that want to help people and the actual people that want to tell their story to help another person and be like, let me look up. I literally just had a dream. Yes, somebody was reading my palm. I said thank you. You know why I'm saying thank you? I said thank you because honest to God, I didn't know who that person was in the dream state, but because they did what they did in the dream state, let me know something about myself. I'll talk about it when the time is right. But in the dream, like Scorpio was like a group of people, they was so mad they was not a part of something like, and it's like the main reason could be that the people named that I had the dream yesterday, they was so mad they wasn't a part of something, could possibly be upset. Not just that they people are projecting they ain't you, a chosen one, somebody who's trying to share spiritual guidance, because that's what the whole thing of the dream was. It's like not everybody can go type situation, but the main part of why these people could not go is because they're a part of the spiritual and physical abuse on other people. What? So back to this weather topic, right? So the weather finally get warm today, and today it's like I know some there's a fun fact about myself. I'm very much a peaceful person. Peacefulness is attracted to me. So when I get out of character, it's either because of being provoked or because there's something good wants to bring to my life at that moment, and he's shown me a particular way. It's just my embodiments, my zodiac placements are set up. So when I start getting mad out of nowhere, and I just start praying and I start having dialogue with God, at first I'll be all into it. And I'm just like, and I remember this and with that, and this is correlating with that, and God remember this, and I start praying, and I'm like, well, let's make sense of it and everything like that. And in the middle of prayer, I'll be like, oh, I'm upset, but I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I'm not crying. I just feel this energy. This is how somebody else feels, but whatever I'm upset about right now, and I don't have no emotional ties to it. Oh, God, your justice, great. So I was like, I had like a two really good conversations with God because I'm just like, yo, ain't no way somebody trying to be in my energy to like, but wanting my somebody trying to be in my energy, somebody want my energy, somebody like, and these are all different variations of people, but you know the same embodiments of these folks. And I was even talking to God, and I was saying like, you know what's so interesting? There'll be people like there's like one topic was there was a woman gonna look me right like gonna look me directly at me. This was a whole spirit. Somebody called themselves a prophetess. No shade. And I've told God, like, it's no shade. We're going to have to use examples. However, the Holy Spirit is leading me to talk right now, that's what's going on. This prophet is going to tell me, this spiritual guru, somebody that these people was going to receive spiritual. And this wasn't my choice. I got you. Going to tell me that I was very lucky and fortunate that I wasn't like ugly like her. Like this is coming from a whole space where it was ugly like her, so I don't have to have like she told me I don't have to have her burden. That's first and foremost. Like she said, you don't understand your beauty. Like this is a whole prophetess was telling me that like she was telling me like a backhanded compliment, but it was actually like it wasn't a backhanded compliment because I understood the message from God, but because it was coming out of her mouth, it was making me feel like, dang, you don't feel your own self worth and self value, and you're looking at me from a jealous, envious standpoint because of my beauty, and I know you do spiritual work. Ever since I heard that comment, I never participated with. I spoke about this previously before I met vicinity. I got a phone call today in regard to business endeavor, and I'm like, it's like I talk to one person, they send me to another person to go speak to. I speak to a person, they're like, oh, I can't help you. You got to talk to this specific person. I'm like, I can't talk to nobody else about this situation. They're like, no, this is the person that's assigned to. What I'm like, what's the name of the person? They tell me the name of the person, the literal location. 3 freaking hours away from where I live. That same person, that prophetess that was telling me that she feel like I'm pretty and that basically God blessed me more than her type situation, and it sounded like crazy for somebody of any spiritual rank to be saying, because like that because what, I'm going for somebody. I'm supposed to go to somebody for spiritual guidance, and you telling me that you feel some type of way because I'm prettier than you, and you don't feel good about. Why would I continue to participate with you? Anywho, the same location we live is the name of the person that was supposed to be handling my business, this business situation for me. When I heard that, I got off the phone, started praying, because I'm like, ain't no way that's not a coincidence. Because something, a business deal that was supposed to be given 2 months ago, is in the hands of somebody I'm no longer in contact with, never haven't been back in that region. That just happened to be the name. All right. After I had that dream, when somebody was trying to read my palms yesterday, and next day I have a phone call from. Come on. So I'm just like this, like God, like my life is so fascinating, and I just come out here to like share these stories and messages because like this could correlate most, or like this would just, I guess, be entertainment for some. I don't know. I don't care, but I still have to come on here and speak my truth. Now all that is not the reason as to why I'm doing this like live message right now. One moment. Because enough is enough with the tomfoolery, the hooligans of the spiritual community. Y'all need to be stopped for real. Like I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to be the one to stop them. I'm just saying somebody got to do it, and I put all my faith, all the praise to God, cause God gonna do it for me. The archangel's gonna step. It is what it is. Now I'm saying, even though prophetess had that way of feeling towards me, I don't feel no type of way towards her. But it's like I already previously had a dream where I saw this face in correlation with another person, and I'm gonna get into that another day. I believe I spoke about it before. I had like so all right. So I had this dream last year, maybe. I had this dream last year, and basically I saw this woman. So it maybe has something to do with today because the way I'm dressed. So I saw this woman. It was different variations of women that were like getting basically kidnapped. And one woman in particular was kidnapped in a dream state. She was in a law building. She was in a government building, yo. And I know what that means. There's certain things like I know I can talk about, but I just really don't want, because I got something to do with another church denomination. I don't got time to be involved in whatever they had going on the news. I'm not trying to end up on the news like nobody else. I'm not trying to be deceived. That's not even my destiny, and I got saved like that. And the thing is, it's so interesting to me because there be certain topics I don't want to come on this platform and come talk about, even though I have witnessed with my own 2 eyes certain things that, if I was coming on here as like a civil rights activist, especially for women's rights, that I would be privy to talk about. But because I know, these certain people don't want me to. Like, I'm not talking about people, like, I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about actual people, organizations. I'm talking about spiritual organizations. Not me. I'm talking about other people that I have witnessed certain things going on that they don't want me to talk about this stuff. And I don't, God as my witness, I don't even care to talk about because it don't got nothing to do with me. But because people be so afraid, be like, oh my gosh, there'll be certain spiritual communities, the church, for example, that, they like to regulate their congregation in a certain type of way so they have dominion over them. And that's cool. Me and my, this is my own personal bias. If I'm not the owner of y'all church, if I'm not the lead pastor, preacher, prophetess of your church, what do I look like? Come on, a public platform, telling all your little bitty secrets or what's been going on under the roof if it don't got nothing to do with me. And the reason why I'm saying it like this is because I've had people who've had some freak accidents going on within their congregations and been trying to troll or belittle me so I don't come on this platform and talk about it, but the whole time I do not care. And it's like, stop trying to. I wouldn't have to keep coming back on this platform and talking about certain things if you don't if you don't stop coming to me in the spirit and trying to provoke me to talk about these things. Why do you want me to come talk about these things? Like, wouldn't that defeat the purpose? Like, if you don't want me to talk about these things, wouldn't it defeat the purpose? Why would you keep trying to come in my enemy for me to talk about these things? Anywho, so like I said, I had a dream like a year ago. Actually, I'm gonna tell you exactly when I had this dream, because this was around the time I had a dream about around the Donald Trump election before he was elected, and I had a dream about Hillary Clinton around Trump and Kamala Harris then. Around that time frame, I had a dream where I saw that woman prophetess of the church in correlation to another person. But in the dream state, it was so interesting. I saw this woman like in that within a government building. I know what the dream was telling me. Did I narrate it in a way that I put certain people on blast? No. Because that situation don't got nothing to do with me. And from what I was told, it's still a pet court case. My name not on no court case document about what happened to that person. I was not. I was there when call was received that, and I did not know that person was made deceased. And once I saw how everybody was responding to the situation, calmly stepped down and stopped participating in that congregational activity. That's no shade, because once I realized something is off, something not right, you mean that, you see? You see? Like, spiritually, do you know what that means? It's like, it's light, it was a light scratch. And it's on the right eye. I'm not scratching myself, but it's like, usually when somebody don't want something, it'll be like they try to scratch your eye so you don't see anything. But it was very light, it's like a brush. The person who deceased probably want me to speak about the matter, because I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not putting nobody down. I actually this place of worship that I'm talking about currently. That other person, the female prophet that I'm talking about. Oh no. This other place I'm talking about, I actually like the place, but I know there's a lot of other stuff going on, and there's no disrespect to them. Like, I don't want to come on this platform talking about stuff that have nothing to do with me. But and it might not even be them. It might be somebody within the congregation. Like, it don't matter. One band, one unit, one sound, whatever. Somebody keep coming spiritually about the situation, and it's actually pissing me off. I don't want to come here and talk about how a pastor was unalive in a church that I used to attend at. That don't got nothing to do with me, because I know what happened prior to. God knows what happened prior to. I don't know what happened in this situation, and it's a pending court case. That don't got nothing to do. Because, of my mediumship, because of my spiritual beliefs and practices, of course I'm gonna pick up on the energy. But if I'm not looking to pick up on the energy, that means it's being forced. What you think? You gonna nag me until I do some sort of spiritual work to make a court case go away for you free of charge? Are you see? People be just like, people want you to be around them for what they can get, but like, what is they giving you? And I don't mean to sound like money hungry or that, but like, let's be for real. When I was starting this platform, it was a lot of people that didn't believe in what I was doing, but then got the audacity to want my help to beat a court case in a matter that I know something is not right in. Like, I'm just minding my business. And that had nothing to do with what I on this live to want to talk about. So let's actually talk about what I want to talk about that in the moment just happened. One moment. I had it a few days ago. Now, the people I saw in the dream, I understood what it meant for that dream. The way dreams can work, especially when they're prophetic dreams, is like they can have so many different meanings. That's how deep dreams can get. So the overall theme of the dream I seen, I understood something about my love life, my sex life, and it's just like it was multiple people in the dream. You got exes. I had an ex. Like, it was. I had exes. I had a current lover. I had somebody that was hidden. Like, and I'm just like hidden. Why somebody's face was hidden? The person they was dealing with was hidden, and it's just like. And then in the dream, since I was sitting on top of a person's implied that I was having sexual relations with this person I don't even find attractive. Never dated. None of that. So I'm in the. So when I woke up from the dream, I'm like, what WT? Like because it's just like let's be for real. Let's be for real. So it was something about one of the ex lover in the dream, right? Was referenced as a Gemini. This Gemini in the dream was having sexual relation, like was having sexual. It was three dudes lined up. The three dudes lined up. They was having sexual relations with a woman in the same particular way. I don't know if it's the same woman, different woman, whatever. The one on the end, you couldn't see his face, you couldn't see the woman's face, you just, it was like black figures. So it's like, all right, something hidden about sex life. First of all, why is multiple people in the dream? Why is multiple people in the dream state showing me this life if I'm a not monogamous person? Let's start there. So I already knew something was up. The Gemini in the dream, Gemini is in regards to Venus. So that can be love work. That can also, especially if you see sex in the dream. And I don't have sex dreams like that. Also, the you put the right emoji, Mr. Purple Mango, block, whatever. And sorry, I have to say your name like that. Got the Saturn planet, and yeah, karma. And trust me, we're gonna talk about it right now. So I don't have sex dreams like that because sex got a lot going on. Especially some people they be talking about sex demons stuff like that. I don't believe it. If it's not me and you, like sometimes they even say some people even spiritual guys say you're not really even supposed to see yourself having sex with your lover anymore. And because I seen like a hidden couple in the dream, that's like I already knew somebody was trying to get information on who I'm having sexual interactions with, or sexually dealing. Is it their business? Is it their business? Why are you so? Why do you want to know the specific person? What positions they doing during sex? Like, what do you gain from that? And the Gemini, like I'm saying, Gemini can be in regards to your family, friends, lover, relative. Is it a relative wanting to know what sexual position I'm doing in the bedroom with particular people? That's weird. That's weird. What the heck? The Gemini's face in the dream, it was so ironic. I really, in the dream, perceived to be having sex with a particular person that I would never in my life have a sexual relationship with. Was not, this person smiling at me like they enjoying themselves. I'm not even paying attention to them. I'm looking at the Gemini at the other side of the room who was having sex with a particular woman, right? Their face was messed up. Like, not like effed up, but like the face was like something was wrong. And I paid attention to that, but I didn't think too deep into it. Then I actually see my lover. And it was a lot going on. I'm like, all right, maybe God's trying to show me something, whatever. Now I understood what the dream meant for the moment, so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Then the dream happened yesterday. I was telling you about. I'm gonna have to talk about that on a different day because somebody came. I was in the dream state. I got up and I was having a conversation with somebody or something like that. I seen a group of people mad because they couldn't go wherever I went or whatever like that. They was escorted off the premises. Then I got on my own free will while I was sitting with a particular person that I couldn't make out who it was. And when I got up, I went to like somewhere where they would set up like they would set up like, woo, back to send that negativity. So I went to a particular place where they was setting up like a party or something like that, like event something, right? And there was a woman sitting there. You see how like as soon as I start talking about it, the phone, yeah, you ain't breaking my phone. I don't care what crazy place you think you got. Gonna break you, ho. It's so interesting to me. You know, I was just laughing the other day because I have an American Heritage Society class myself I want to talk about, but we can talk about it right here real quick right now. I find it interesting that people with Aquarius or a person, whatever, previously kept trying to attack my phones, couldn't get on the platform and do these messages like I couldn't get them fixed. But I'm no longer, I no longer have to go fix my phones because somebody's jealous and envious. Because you want to break a phone, you want me to break my phone. Somebody want me to break my phone. That is technically the embodiment of Aquarius placement. Aquarius is in regards to prophecy. You going to fuck off your whole destiny trying to fuck with me. How ironic is that? For the person, the copy says you're saying like the stream is lagging. I'm sorry to hear that for you. You know, sometimes it's not meant for certain people to hear the message because you didn't like. First of all, look at your name in the comment section. I already know you didn't come here with the best intent, and God's gonna handle you how you handle you since, especially because you didn't put that Saturn planet over there. Thank you, karma. So by Saturday, something's gonna get handled. Not in the spirit, not just in the spiritual, in the physical. This person, these people, they gonna get handled. So, like I was saying, because everything I just spoke about, I had to really say, but like, it's not the main event. But like I was saying, like certain, like I was gonna save these dream channeling, but no, let's talk about it right now, cause all was happening right now, right? So this I got by my own free will, went to this like place that was getting ready to be set up for this party, catered event. I'm seeing like you know the people in the black and white like getting things together, stuff like that. I see this light skinned woman, and she had blue eyeliner on the bottom of her eyes. I don't know if that's significant of her crying or spirit, but like I looked into it, like that color has something to do with spiritualism. Like the color blue has to do like with spiritual, like some deep. So like when I had to go look up what all these meanings of the dream meant, I was just like, wow. I was so happy because I'm just like, regardless if it was a good or bad dream, it was a good dream for me. The person that read my palm, what palm she read was very significant. Now, that's why I said earlier on the YouTube platform, I'm like, whoever read my palm, thank you. But at the same time, did I really give you consent to read my palm? But I think it has something to do with like the spiritual realm for real, for real. They were telling me about my spiritual, and based on the dream, it was just telling me I'm doing the right thing. You know, and you know that those group of people out the it was a loading dock. They was in the loading dock, yo. They was leaving out ad because they couldn't attend the event or the party or whatever the case may be. They were escorted off the lot, angry mob style, giving a Scorpio reference. And I, like now I think about it, you know, Scorpio has to do with a group. Like I don't know if this is like church events, congregations, spiritual groups, but you know, Scorpio is usually in regards to like male fraternities and stuff like that. Clock that T. And then it was so ironic because like me personally, I like working with men. So for me in the dream to see like I was kind of working with a woman for her to read my palms or something like that, I was even a little bit like flaccid. So it was just like, but I understood what it meant for what was going on in the dream. But hence the phone call, what I spoke about, whatever, whatever. So today, and then especially, it was so. I'm not even gonna put the person on blast. One moment. So keep in mind the dream I was talking about where somebody was trying to look into my sex life and who I'm dating. It's not even like my whole thing. It's not even about who I was dating, who I'm dating or whatever. It's about how weird the person who tried to intercept the dream state was thinking, because multiple different men are gonna play me with a man. I like I didn't get up on top of that man. I woke up in the dream on somebody that I would never in my life have sexual relations with. So I'm just flabbergasted that somebody would even be thinking those type of thoughts. And then there were different sexual positions in the dream. So I'm just like, how perverted is this person? So keep that in mind, right? And mind you, I said the Gemini face was messed up, right? Literally, before I started this live video, I just woke up from a nap where I had a weird dream that I believe is in correlation with that previous dream I just, kind of paraphrased. In the dream, I saw a business colleague of mine, and the person's a Gemini. All right, this is what I'm going to say. In the dream, it was perceived that this person was taking advantage of me. The person wanted me to do something I didn't want to do. Let me tell you what this person did in the dream state. The person tried to coerce me into having anal penetration. I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. I don't partake nor like that. That is not something I like. The first thing I'm thinking of in regards to zodiac embodiments and placements is Lilith placements. Because if I'm supposed to like something, that would be in regards to these dreams, Pisces, right? If I don't like something, it'd be in regards to it, right? Why would I, a free will, have a dream about something I don't even like? If I'm having a dream, why would I to dream about something, especially sexual activity, I don't even partake nor like? The first thing that come to my mind is like pure evilness of a person, because like why would you try to and then now I'm realizing like, all right, and this is the most interesting part of the dream. I had a full dream. While I was in the dream, I remember like, because after that part where this person wanted to try anal penetration in the dream, something I don't even like. Even though in the dream I remember everything else and everything was getting better after that situation, I do not recall the rest of the dream after I woke up. Only the most traumatic part supposedly in the dream. So somebody's traumatized me in the dream state over some anal. And I'm gonna say this has something to do with a gay man. Cause why the first thing you doing? The person in the dream tried to coerce and didn't want to do it or something like that, and the person tried to are basically rape with anal penetration. Now, and that's the only part of the dream I'm gonna remember after I wake up? Oh heck no. So now let's talk about it. What do we know about anal penetration? First thing I thought about was slavery. Back in the day, during slavery, I think they used to call it bucking or something like that. I'm not sure. Don't butcher me, for saying it. But like, back in the day, they used to have something, I think it was called bucking or something to that effect. Especially with men. I can't really speak for females, because females have 2 holes, 3. Could have been any hole, 1, 2, and that was a clear indication for me that this person had to be gay and intercept into the dream state. In slavery, when they used anal penetration, was to dominate the melanin, especially the black man. for control over a person to break their spirit. I literally just had a dream the day before telling me everything I'm doing is right. I'm on the right path. God is with me. My dad's good. The next day, somebody trying to enslave me with a traumatic response. That's an attack of the enemy. And did I wake and whatever that trauma bond was supposed to be? Let me tell you what I learned from that drink. One moment. Immediately when I woke up from that drink, the first thing I thought about was not the person whose face I see in the dream. In the dream, it was perceived that somebody that I would do business with as a Gemini wanted to, mistreat me, abuse me, have dominion, power over me, using this anal tactic, right? I know this person in real life to be a straight man. When I woke up from the dream, the first thought besides I don't remember the rest of the dream is my ex-lover that I found out was on the DL of the LGBT. When I first met this man, he this business called in real life, he reminded me of this ex-lover. I remember, and not even that, just that ex-lover, he reminded me of ex-lovers that I had to get away from. One was a stalker, well, technically both, and I literally had to block them everywhere, including numbers, so they cannot get in contact with me. And I find it so ironic that even in the dream state when it was going on, even though I seen the face of this person in the dream, I am so content of knowing that was not the person. Now this person, like I said, is a Gemini. Previously, didn't I say I had a dream a few days ago where I saw a Gemini and it was the same person, the business colleague, but something was wrong with his face. When I woke up I'm like, it wasn't the Gemini, it was the Capricorn, my ex-lover, right? I don't feel no type of way come on this platform sharing any truth. If you want any extended knowledge of my truth, it's so funny because you come on here try to be like, oh yeah, I'm reading to you your Akashic records, I'm going to traumatize you even more. And it's like, yo, I have written a whole book based on previous traumas that I have, healed from. What are you going to what's the word? Make me feel a way about? Something I publicly been written about? How you gonna embarrass me, make me feel some type of way, something that I literally wrote a book about to the general? So these spirituals is not spirituals. I don't know what's up with them. I don't know. They're gonna get reprimanded. It's already. Something about Saturday. So like I said, when I woke up from the dream, I knew it had something to do with this Capricorn ex-lover that I used to date. In previous Tarot Land message, you spoke about Lilo Vanity. While I was dating the Capricorn, it was a very toxic relationship. A lot of abuse was taking place. It never like they never put hands on me. We put hands on me once, kind of. It was a situation. I could talk about it. Let's be for real. All right, let's talk about it. So when I was dating the Capricorn, right? Because somebody wants this information. I don't know what they're gonna do with this information, but instead of y'all trying to, let me not say y'all, whomever trying to go into the divination to figure out, oh my gosh, what's your past traumatic response? First of all, maybe I need to narrate it for y'all so y'all understand. You cannot fuck with me. When I was dating a Capricorn a few years ago, it was a toxic relationship. It wasn't for me, but it was my choice of free will whether I wanted to stay in that relationship. I wanted to get better, and I felt like that relationship is useful for me to know what I want and don't want in my own relationship. That man was very nice to me. When it was good, it was very good. But, no pun intended, one day in particular, This man decided he wanted to call me out my name and call me out Bitch. Now, that is something I do not condone nor tolerate. Like, besides the music and stuff like that, you're not gonna just hear me call somebody a bitch unless I'm venting or something like that. Besides that, you're not. If somebody likes to be called TCH, I can kind of, with that. Me, I'm gonna tell y'all now. You're not gonna call me out my name, male, female, you know. So when you call me out my name, I ain't gonna hold you. Boop, because it wasn't just like that. A violent person like that. What it was that he reiterated it. And I told him very politely, very nicely, very calmly, like, please, like, don't call me out my name. That's rude. That's not nice. This and third. I guess I was too calm. The person didn't think, whatever. That BI came out, which is so ironic. Like, it, didn't know that was a prophecy in itself. To know that man was bisexual. How ironic. That BI out of TCH came out of his mouth. Boop. What are you about? All in the mouth. Person was so shocked. The person I was there was so shocked because I'm not a violent person. It was a lot of stuff that contributed to that moment in that particular day, and even myself, not because if anybody disrespect me like that, I'm bound to act any type of way. I might not have to put my hands on you, but at the same time, I was more in the flesh of the world at the time. The person was so flabbergasted. Oh my gosh, you put your hands on me, third. I didn't in that moment. I had time to think, because even though I was of the flesh of the world, then I still had more spiritual guidance than that person. Do you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like to grow up in the church, grow up knowing God, date somebody that goes to you that they are atheists? So, took the time out to previously to talk to God about the situation. I feel bad about putting my hands on him because he called me out my name after I told him more than once, like, asked why politely that was not a good idea. He kept antagonizing me. Boop, that's me. God was like, go apologize to him. I didn't ask no questions. I said, all right. So I apologized to him. Not no text, in person. I was telling him how I was wrong. I shouldn't have put my hands on him. But at the same time, let's both use it as a lesson. Like, don't disrespect somebody that you're dating. This is previously. I do not feel no type of way. Because you know why? Because there's more to the story. So, unbeknownst to me, because I hadn't put my hands on that man, and this is how ironic things are, because I had put hands on that man just one time, apologized for it, said I was going to do it again. Truly, I didn't know he was harboring on to those feelings. Like, months went by, things seemed like they was good. That got me intoxicated. That man got me so intoxicated. He drank, gave me smoke, but got me so intoxicated. And you know what that man did? That man picked up a frying pan behind my back and knocked me out. All because I punched him in the mouth months ago. It was premeditated. Just to show you how evil a person can be. I was knocked out for hours. I woke, like, let's say it happened middle of the night, right? I ain't wake up till the afternoon. Head was hurting. Didn't know what happened. I remember distinctly hearing the sound of the pan hitting my head, even though it was a pan. Then waking up confused as to what happened. This nigga was watching cartoons, eat freaking cereal. And I didn't know, I was unconscious for so long that I really, at the moment, did not know what was going on until my spiritual ascension, once I was leaving that man. God was showing me what was going on. So while I was dating him, I didn't even hit me with a pan. That he just thought he got even. And while I was going through all that traumatic stuff with this man, this karmic relationship, like I said, the man was a Capricorn, whatever. Not to say that, well, I guess it is karmic, you know. Anyways. So, I'm dating him. Things not looking too good, especially in the sexual department, because he then tried to, like, people need to understand, even if you're in a relationship with somebody, somebody can still RAPE you. He was doing that. I didn't know that was a thing until it was happening to me previously. And a part of that RAPE was anal penetration. And that was what led to me finding out he was of the LGBT community, not just because he was doing it to me. I also found out why him, because he decided he wanted to date other females. He was literally beating on other women. So when before making this spiritual platform on YouTube, American Heritage Society, when I was getting into, sexuality and I was watching tarot, I went to Ludo Vandy and asked for a read. Just because I was already watching her, I wanted to order this, no pun intended. I asked her, should I leave this Capricorn? She like, no, y'all gonna get married, y'all gonna live in a white picket fence and da-da-da-da, nice house. She said, and a dog. Now I know what dog means, because they mean witchcraft. So it was so much going on. Like, this nigga had his father ashes doing necromancy work. It was crazy. This bitch gonna tell me this. I stopped watching her. I'm just that example because, one, I'm not embarrassed. Two, just to show, this is why I do the tarot message, just to show y'all, like, it's people out here that do not care about other people's well-being for real. And you need to get tuned into God. Because God's the only one going to give you the answers. God's the only one going to help you in situations. I went to another person, knowing I was in a toxic relationship, asking for help. And this person told me to stay in an abusive cycle. Are you dumb? Ain't no way. Anywho's, I say all this. So, like the person said in the comment section, Saturn. Saturn is ruled by what? I believe Capricorn? Capricorn is the ruling planet of Saturn. Karma. What also is the embodiment of Capricorn? In regards to industry. Capricorn is in regards to your father figure. Capricorn is in regards to karma. I just prayed yesterday, because now we're going to the new day. I just prayed that I said, God, I pray to not have the burdens placed on me from neither my mother nor father when it comes to their karma and their baggage. I cut all karmic ties from the generation before me. Because you don't understand how deep it is until you go through certain things. Yo, you will be surprised. A lot of people understand this, especially in minority communities and families. What the generation for you, i.e. your parents, will do is try to put their karma, their unfinished business on you to figure out. And that is not fair. Why am I saying all this? Why are we talking about karma? Why are we talking about the Capricorn? Because the dream I just had. In the dream, so once I realized when I woke up from the dream that the Gemini was in fact a Capricorn, my ex-lover. I know my father figure is a Gemini. So I started to think. If you read the Dr. Justice book, you'll have insight. But, you know how like people be saying like the spirit for everything? Like some people saying like how they're leaving the spirits, different spirits for sickness and stuff like that. God forbid, don't come in contact with me. I'm starting to believe that because if I was dating a Capricorn and that man put hands on me and that man sexually assaulted me and I wrote about my childhood upbringing in my book and then my karma has something to do with my father figure. I'm starting to believe, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm starting to believe that because if karma has something to do with Capricorn as the ruling planet and zodiac embodiment, would that not mean that the karma received from their fathers in regards to sexual abuse is linked to father figures? So that would mean that especially sexual assault is like a spirit? Y'all not hearing me. Y'all won't hear me though. Because, you know, once, like, all right, this is like, in regards, like, when you train up your children to go into the real world, right? If anything good nor bad happens, whatever, to them or for them or whatever the case may be, the first outsider would say is, oh, your parents either raised you right or raised you wrong, right or wrong. Because it starts at home. So I'm going out, if you're going out into the real world and automatic shit keep going on, especially in your love life, you start looking at the father figure. And then you start thinking, all right, if this is going on now, well, this is previously, but if this is going on now, so the father figure, so that means that there's a good chance that in your childhood you was assaulted from your father figure, right or wrong. If karma is in regards to father, and I'm trying, like, my whole thing is like how like what you think I'm gonna do with that knowledge? I gotta tell somebody, it's obviously. What was ironic is I wake up from the dream knowing it's not the Gemini in the dream state, but it's showing me the Capricorn, so something about an ex-lover. I wake up, so it's not even just the ex-lover, the Capricorn in regards to karma and a father figure. I wake up, the air result in watching us, this spiritual father from a church preach. Somebody, she told me that we're doing sex magic on him. How ironic. So I'm like, all right. I said, Gemini father, Gemini business colleague. I knew it has to do with my ex-lover. That's a Capricorn father figure. Then you got the spiritual father watching on a TV screen. You were Aries. I already know you be causing chaos and shit. That's 5 people right there. Significant changes. Manifested from the spirit physical. In regards to synchronicities, dreams, and downloads. I just woke from the dream. You know, I laugh. Once I put all that together, I laugh. You see, I don't even got no paper on. I'm talking straight from the heart. Like, so if I can come up with all that from a dream I just had, I didn't have to write no notes down. I'm just talking to y'all. I laugh. You know why? Because the first my mind, because like that I thought about after all this thing came together and made sense. No pun intended. So who the gay person? Or who's having like, because you know, all right. Mind you, I said in the other dream something was wrong with the Gemini face. Then when I woke up from this dream today, I knew the person I seen in my dream that was the Gemini wasn't the Gemini business colleague. It was my ex-lover. Ex-lover is a Capricorn in regards to my father. I saw him doing some weird spiritual things, so I don't care. First and foremost, I want to pray against any child abuse. In the mighty name of God, thank you, God, each and every day for my life, protection you bestow upon me, and everything that you do, ensure that I am safe, and me and my belongings and everything of my offspring is safe. God, I want to cancel any negative intentions of child abuse. Any person that finds themselves wanting to come around me and my loved ones in regards to sexual deviancy, wanting to harm children, wanting to abuse children, or even me at my grown age. God, let that person catch fire and die, catch fire and die, catch fire and die. There is no mercy for the wicked. Thank you, God, for answering my prayers. In the mighty name of God, I pray, amen. It's crazy I gotta come on and say something like that. But it's more wild that this is real life stuff that be happening. You know? Well, previously happening, because we're not going to bring that energy up in here. So while this message concludes into it being about to be an hour, because I was just ranting for an hour just now. Like I said, previous dream. All right, previous dream, seeing a Gemini, something was wrong with their face. Had a dream about a Gemini colleague. I knew it wasn't him when I woke up. I thought about my ex-lover that's a Capricorn. Capricorn is karma. Capricorn is the zodiac embodiment of karma and father figure. Spiritual father was on the television. Aries was watching the spiritual father that she don't know whether she fuck with him or not. All I'm gonna say is, out of all those embodiments and people watching, somebody is gay. Somebody is gay. And instead of just one gay in their own personal time, somebody's not only gay, but is trying to mask themselves as not being gay by having anal penetration with women and forcing them into that lifestyle and culture. Not I. Take that message how it resonates. See y'all. Not the ops though.